Oh, yeah.
And now, our feature presentation.
Okay, so now you heard Dr. York mention the following book, the book Alim. He instructed all of his followers to burn the book because he said the book was printed without verifying the truths, and he just acted on his own free will to do such, and basically was producing and promoting lies because he said that he was, quote unquote, the biggest writer out there in the black community, and he knew that his writings would be able to topple said Nation of Islam, which has no birth record, no beginning nor ending. So Dr. York would come along and be able to, quote unquote, finish or topple the said Nation of Islam. And now I'm just bringing up these contradictions, and you heard him where he clearly said that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came to him in a dream, stating that all of them were in fact the same guy, but yet he is on record as saying that from the page 37 that they're not the same guy, and then he's going back other words and insinuating that all three are the same guy, and then he's going around saying that Master Muhammad is from Venus, then he's going around and saying everything Elijah Muhammad is saying is right and exact. I mean, you can see the glaring contradictions that are being made here. So now, again, I'm going to put up a copy of the apology leaflet where he apologized behind all of this. And we have to also look at the motives, and this is not necessarily just singling out Malachi Z. York or Alim Bey, but this point that I brought up earlier is that on the back of the book he says, I call you to accept this truth and bestowed upon me by the masters who guide my pen. For myself, I could not have done the works of it. Pen. So how could this book, the book Alim, be the truth? Now the black people are to accept yet claim the information in the book was fabricated by the devil. But then he's telling his followers to burn the book. But then he's going around, and then he turns around to say that no, he was just saying that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's program was right and exact. Not everything that he's saying is right and exact. See, he just, every time he makes a claim or tries to refute a claim or a statement that he made, he ends up digging himself a digger ditch. So enough with the glaring contradictions of Malachi Z. York. And if anybody else, I mean, he can no longer be used in any debate format with the Nation of Islam or the teachings of Master Muhammad to the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Now let's before I leave you, I want to make sure I bring this up, because we have a lot of brothers and sisters who are taking the FBI on face value, and we all know that only 85% take the FBI on face value. So we have to also look at the motive. We have to look at the motive which they are propagating the information. And before that one could properly evaluate information, we must first evaluate the source. So if the source is not credible, then what makes you think that we can take them for what they're saying is being absolute truth? Okay, and in the book Master Muhammad, The Detroit History, in footnote 22 by E.D. Bennon, and annotation and commentary by Prince Ain't Cuba, footnote 22 reads, Detroit Times, 1922, November 22nd, 1932. Note that this occurred before Mr. Farrar's departure to parts unknown, June 30th, 1934. All reports originating from the police should be viewed with skepticism. As the leader of the Nation of Islam, Mr. Farrar was subject to the COINTELPRO tactics of his day and was in fact persecuted and prosecuted. According to his messenger, Elijah Muhammad, Farrar went to jail in Detroit in 1932 and was ordered out of the city on May 26, 1933. He was subsequently arrested again in 1933 in Chicago shortly after his arrival there. He got that from a Message to the Black Man in America, pages 24 to 25, 1965. Now, they are on record as saying that Master Farah Muhammad was arrested in Chicago and more than one occasion in Detroit. So why are they only producing the one said photo from the 1933 arrest, and why are they not releasing any other photos? Why are they all just sticking to that one particular photo and sticking to their guns? Which I brought up the whole photo hoax situation in part 1 that was so eloquently documented and researched by Dr. Wesley Muhammad. So we have to look at the motives that they were using, and we can't take everything that they say on face value. For example, you have a lot of brothers and sisters from different schools of thought or sects, and they're saying that well, I'm gonna keep it 360. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna just keep it real. That God and Master Farah Muhammad are the same exact person. So if you're gonna take the FBI on face value, as far as from that particular standpoint of the FBI, then what about the FBI files they have on Clarence 13, ex-Father Allah, Martin Luther King Jr., Albert Einstein? The list goes on and on and on and on. So we can't sit here and be salad buffet patronizers and pick and choose what argument we want to fit our particular viewpoint or agenda, because in this point in time it doesn't fly. So if you're going to take the FBI on face value when it deals with Master Farah Muhammad, you have to take him on face value when it deals with Father Allah, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Albert Einstein, and whoever else you want to bring up, Malachi Z. York. The list can go on and on and on. I can keep naming names, but that's not the point. The point is, if you're going to take their stance on Master Farah Muhammad, Wallace Darfur, you have to take this. You got to take them on face value for everything. I mean, as far as a black person listening to this, we all know the history that has been documented with the enemy, and also the forms of government that's meant to topple. And what was J. Edgar Hoover's whole mission? Was to locate, find, and stop the quote-unquote upcoming Black Messiah. So we're gonna have to get our facts and research together. And if you're gonna take them on face value, you're gonna have to take them all on face value and everything. That's not my position to sit here to try to paint some kind of grandiose way of saying that what I believe is right, even though Islam is mathematics. It stands true. It can be proven in no limit of time. And that's why I took my time and gathered the particular references to debunk Alim Bey's particular stance on Master Farah Muhammad. So, with that being said, I'm going to break down actually the name, what his name actually means, and I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, we're going to go into the names of Master Farah Muhammad. I'm referencing the book Essays on the Life and Teachings of Master W. Farah Muhammad by Alim Shabazz. The names of Master W. F. Muhammad. We will now analyze the inner meanings of the name Master Farah Muhammad, starting with the title Master. Master is synonymous with the Sufi title Khawaja. The word Khawaja means wise man or master, and is best rendered master of wisdom. It is a historical fact that a major role in the spiritual transformation of Central Asia was played by a society of brotherhood of wise men known as the Khawaja Gajins, or masters. According to J.G. Bennett, the Khawajin were distinguished as practical men who accomplished practical tasks. Their mysticism was a means of fitting them for their tasks, never an end in itself. The Khawajins were succeeded by the Naqshbandis Brotherhood. Naqshbandis Brotherhood means the symbolist. The name Master also connotates the embodiment of the 99 attributes, or the complete individual. There are, according to the Sufis, 99 divine names or attributes development of the effect of these names produces the complete individual. The 100th name is secret and becomes known to the seeker only when he has become imbued with the spirit of the others. Master therefore indicates a connection to the spiritual brotherhood, and secondly, it refers to a mental state or divine mind. Now the W, Wali, refers to a function within the hierarchy of the mystical saints. According to the Sufis, there is a hierarchy of saints at all times in the world through which God manifests. These saints have names according to their level of responsibility. These names include Qutub, Gatub, Badal, Nabi, Mazub, etc. The highest rank is the Qutub, which means the spiritual pole of the universe. He is assisted by 12 Walis, and they are only known to each other. Wali refers to the spiritual initiation of a people of God. Wali, according to the Sayyid Hassan Nasir, is abbreviated as Wali Allah, or friend of God. Wali therefore indicates three meanings. 1, a high degree of righteousness, saintliness. 2, his spiritual station functions. 3, the spiritual initiation of the people of God. Now the name Farad, which the Honorable Elijah Muhammad lets us know, is instructive. The essence, as distinguished from the attributes Allah, is described by the term Farad, meaning single one, as having no like, i.e. as unique individual. Farad, Elijah Muhammad explains, also means early. The great Mahdi has taken Farad as a name for himself, corresponding with the time of coming, which is in the early days or years. The early morning is the first part of the 7,000 years, and the year under the name millennium. And Muhammad means one worthy of praise, praise much. So, in closing, you judge a tree by the fruit that it produces. You have the greats such as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Dr. Khalid. You even have Clarence 13X, Father Allah, even Malachi Z. York, and countless others who have benefited from the teachings of the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad, from Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, to whom praises are due forever. And I know I'm just a little biased. This is your brother Darnell X. Salam.